Hey everybody, happy Tactic Tuesday. As many of you know, I have an upcoming course, and of course, I'm going to promote it here. But more importantly, I want to provide value for free. In my opinion, I try and look for $1 million advice that I give for free, so that people say, "Well, if this is the free stuff, then what does the paid stuff look for?" Right? I just want to be really upfront about that. But I have this great tactic that just happened a week ago, and it's going to really help you take your sales abilities to the next level. Okay. Now, check this out. And of course, let me shrink my little bubble here. If you're interested and you either want to get your company to sponsor it, or more importantly, what I recommend is you pay for it because you take it a lot more seriously. Join my Sales Network Effects program. It starts next week. We have some really impressive people in it, from Johnson Johnson, from SI Bone and Ethicon, and other, a few biotech companies. So would love for you to join. And you don't have to be a salesperson. Marketers and CEOs and commercial people are going through it too. So let's get into the tactic, okay? And by the way, if you're interested, just check the comments below or the notes below in this YouTube channel, wherever you're seeing this. There'll be a link to the landing page where you can see this program. Okay, so here it is. I call this missed opportunities. Why? Here is Dr. Andrew Sauer. He is a very well-known cardiologist, and even more, he's got a big following on LinkedIn, even bigger following on Twitter, right? So he posts this thing about pig to human transplant. He did this a couple of weeks ago, right? This was in Nature, right? It's a missed opportunity because only 14 people engage with it, which is a missed opportunity, not because of the low amount of numbers. The reason why is that very few people engage with this, and this is a golden opportunity as a salesperson to stand out to your customer. I checked, not a single salesperson. It was predominantly physicians and nurses who are engaged with this piece of content. And I can tell you, if someone posts about something more than one time, it's probably because it's important to them. It's something that they want to engage with. So he posts this 3 different times over the span of 2 weeks, right? And this last one, as you can see here to the left, to the right, 80 people engaged with it. So he got the engagement that he wanted, right? But of course, here's the thing. If you look at the people who engaged, like, yeah, there's finally salespeople engaging, but look at some of the comments. Incredible, wow, amazing. Nothing wrong with that, right? But if you want to have a deeper conversation, you really want to develop peer-to-peer relationship with a clinician, you have to do more than just commenting wow and amazing, right? Now, I picked his third post, which is the one here to the bottom left, because I saw that one, it only had 4 likes. So again, he posted it one time in Nature. He posted it a second time, right, which is this big one to the right, and then the third time, which is the post you see in the bottom left, right? Let me show you what I did. And what I just did, what I'm going to show you, will take you no more than 5 or 10 minutes, probably even faster, okay? It took me 5 to 10 minutes because I was screenshotting things. So first, he's talking about xenotransplantation. So I look up that paper, just quickly glance at it, and then I do a Google search. Because what he's talking about in his post is like, I have questions. What are the problems? So I put clinical obstacles to pig to human heart transplant. You got to learn how to speak like a physician and think like one. Then you can find this kind of information, right? So I find it, and I found one article from NCBI called "The Potential Advantages of Transplanting Organs from Pig to Man." Perfect. So I quickly just glance at the abstract. I go straight to the discussion, skip the methods and experimental design. You don't need to know that. You don't even need to know the results in this scenario. I quickly read this and I'm like, okay, I can see these are the key areas of potentials. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. I'm not making any claims. I'm not talking about a product, nothing. I go back to the post. Okay. This is all in a span of 5 or 10 minutes. Go back to the post. I make an observation and I add a question. Okay. This is the tactic. Observation plus question. You should, as salespeople, be able to put what you do in a formula. Otherwise, how do you replicate it, right? Especially sales leadership. You want your salespeople to be good, you have to have a formula. They need something to follow. Okay, here's the post. Again, 4 likes, no comments. I go and comment on this. And I say, Andrew J. Sauer, ethics aside, it seems that xenotransplantation does provide an advantage as it potentially solves the waitlist issue. That was one of the things that showed up in that paper. That said, what are the potential clinical hurdles to doing this? And I tag cardiac surgery and heart transplant, right? Because those are tags that are highly followed on LinkedIn, things that I'll teach you more about. Okay, what happens? This happens within 24 hours. 24 hours later, he replies. Now, here's the key, and I'm going to make myself bigger just for a second, because I know some of you are going to jump right away and start reading. Here's the key. I commented, and after I think 7 or 8 hours, he did not reply. This happens. Sometimes people comment on things, and LinkedIn does not notify that author. So what I did, and there's nothing wrong with doing this. If you look here, see where the little blue dot is, those three dots. I click those three dots. I copied the link to my comment. I sent Dr. Sauer a message. Hey, Dr. Sauer, hope all is well. Don't mean to bug you, but I left a comment on your post. I know a lot of physicians in my network would love to hear your thoughts on this, as well as some of the med device people following me. Do you mind replying back? And he, of course, said, oh, yeah, thanks. Like, I didn't even know that you left a comment, because that happens all the time. I can tell you it happens on my content all the time. So what did he say? Let's take a look. Okay. I'm going to shrink my little bubble here. Okay. He says, there are many. Will we overcome barriers related to cellular and human rejection in both short and long term? Will the pig heart be able to perform physiologically as needed? Blah, 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 right? So keep in mind, and remember, in 24 hours, we went from 4 likes to now 25, because the LinkedIn algorithm sees that, hey, this thing was posted many hours ago, but now there's some engagement. Maybe we should promote this to a broader network. And that's what happened. So now there are other people, some salespeople, with like physicians, nurses, that are seeing this happen in real time. I don't just stop there. He makes this point. I make a point back. I'm like, hey, that's such a great point. I didn't consider that while structurally the same, the pig heart will the pig heart be able to keep up physiologically? Monitoring is another great point. Now, I left it there. I didn't want to continue it. You can do other tactics, and I talk more about this in my course, which is, how do you expand that? How do you bring in another physician? How do you do this in the right way, right? Here's the gold. You ready for the gold? Let's pretend that Dr. Sauer is not in your territory. So you tell me, Omar, this is great, but what if this person's not in my territory? It's not my, what benefit is that going to do for me? Here's the benefit. Because while he's having this in exchange with me, look at the people who commented or liked the post. Okay. Doctor, nurse practitioner, past president of the American Heart Association for Nurses, a perfusionist, William Harvey, distinguished chair in advanced cardiovascular medicine at Brigham and Women's Hospital. And keep in mind, when any of these people like a post, their entire network is notified. So that network goes and looks at this post to see, oh, what is this post about? And even if they don't like or comment on it, they're going to see my name. They're going to see me engaging with Dr. Sauer. They're not going to know whether I'm a salesperson or whatever. They're just going to know that Omar and Khateeb have this clinical peer-to-peer. So I guarantee you that there are people in here that, if I was a sales rep, they might be in my territory. And even if not, somehow my name will be carried into their network by looking at this engagement. And added benefit, look, when I made this comment, people often spend time in the comments in LinkedIn. That's one of the beauties of LinkedIn. It's not just the post, it's the comment section. So in the comment section, who liked my post or my comment? Nursing director at Lee Health, and then this gentleman here who's a cardiac surgeon, who I should have looked up. I don't know what hospital that they're at. Now, here's the point to all of this, and let me pull this all up. Within 48 hours, and you can do this in between cases while you're at the cafeteria, I learned about a new topic. So let's say I sell to cardiologists. Every cardiologist I go talk to, I have something. Hey, I was reading this clinical paper on xenotransplantation in pigs. What are your thoughts on that? That's how you develop trust and respect with a physician, right? I've now also made my name more known among a broader network. And then more importantly, if you're, for example, in a startup, look, even if you're at a huge company, multi-billion-dollar company, you're still trying to drive technology adoption, correct? And so you should do this because you have to think from a team standpoint. How do I help open up the market here in the US so my teammates, they sell in their territory, I sell in mine? Because if we all push technology adoption successfully, rising tide raises all boats. You got to get out of this mindset of, oh, I'm gonna focus on what's going on in my territory. Why should I worry about what's happening in this area, that area, right? This is how you should start thinking. So this tactical approach, $1 million advice. I hope you find this helpful. Look, this is on YouTube now. Please take this video, share it with people. If you find it valuable, leave a comment. Give me some feedback. Do you want more of this stuff? What other questions you have? Just drop a comment in the YouTube chat. just leave a comment there. I'd love to hear from you. And again, if you find this stuff exciting and you're like, this is the future, which I'm telling you it is, I'd love for you to sign up for my course. I'd love to have you. The beta program launches. The key about that program is that the future, it'll be online recorded courses. This one's going to be recorded online, but the benefit is that the cohort that's getting into this first one, I'm doing one-on-one coaching with them as groups and individuals. So that's something that people are not going to get unless they pay a lot for it in the future. But I'm giving that in this cohort. So go check out the website that I leave below. Look at the bonus material. Look at the course syllabus, which is at the very bottom, and see who signed up. You can see a post in there of who signed up. So, anyways, hope this is great. Happy Tacticals Tuesday. Take this advice, put it into action. Do something with it, please. Don't just look at this and be like, oh, that's cool, and then go about your day. Do something. I want to see you do this. And if you do and you get some great results, shoot me a message. I want to hear from you. All right, everybody, have a great Tuesday, and I'll see you soon.